Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Coyote Clockwork. I am doing a kind of love letter to another YouTuber that I admire a lot called, okay, I pronounce it Kaypea Creations, but it's KP, and her first name is Catherine, and she is amazing. Uh, she does art dolls, and she does them really well, and I've watched her channel for like a long time, like Dearest Kay, you may not know me, but I have watched your channel for about 5 years. And during that time, I've watched your channel grow. And uh, I really admire your work ethic. You are a machine, and that is really admirable. Uh, and I'm really glad that your channel took off as a result of your consistency. Um, the ability to do the work sometimes I think is really lost on younger artists, that it's just like sometimes it is about drawing even when you don't want to, and or working when you don't want to. And those are also moments not included in Kay's videos. She's very cheerful and very optimistic about the process, and I think that's really good. That's something that I think kept me coming back to the channel. She's also very practical. Um, she's she says references people references, and like I need a catchphrase like that because I've remembered it so much, and like I hear it in my head all the time when I'm working, that it's like, do we have references pulled up? References people references. Um, she also challenges herself, to try new things that might be scary, and uh, sometimes she's happy with the result, and sometimes she's not. But both times are like both stances are okay. And I think sometimes there's a lot of pressure on an artist, or I have felt this pressure that you are supposed to like the work that you do, and sometimes, a lot of times, what a piece teaches you ends up being a lot more valuable than the actual, like, is this an aesthetically beautiful piece? And there's an element of that in Kay's creations where she just kind of keeps that momentum going, even though it's difficult. I really like that about her. And she also does the little cheer, like, this is your not so daily reminder. And I am not an optimistic person. I'm a cynic, and cynics say no to everything, and that's really not like a good way to look at the world, especially artistically. So I think I admire people who have that, again, kind of gentle, optimistic energy. Her videos are good to chill to, and I found myself doing that a lot. That I would just be like, all right, why don't we just like sit down with the sketchbook or our sewing, dun dun dun, and just binge watch some Kaypea. Sorry, I call you Kaypea. I'm so sorry. That's like, anyway. Uh, I personally, to segue, love toys, stuffed animals, action figures. I think that stuff is so neat. I love it, and a lot of it has expressed itself through sewing. I have paid for a course to do like a tiger cub, or like, I don't know, artisan tiger cub or something like that, where it's like you will end up with like a pretty realistic creature by the end of this. It was $200 and in Russian subtitles. So I would love to know more about this stuff. It appears to be like a lot of traditional toy making techniques, especially to insert your eyes and do things like that. And me personally, I think eyes sell a piece. I will not be doing the kind of stuff that Kaypea Creations does. She's also branching into other stuff. Like she did like a humpback whale clay sculpture recently, and it was like totally different from the stuff she normally does. And it's like, that's cool. Like I want to see that. And I guess I like a YouTube channel that challenges me about different things. My sewing is kind of my chill activity. So I am going to try and do some videos on the stuff that I do. It's not going to be nearly as good as Kaypea's videos, and definitely not nearly as often. I encourage everybody to go look at her work. I know that most of the people that are going to be watching this video are going to be from uh, Kaypea's channel, because I am a shameless self promoter, and I was like, I wonder if I offered to do some art, if she would direct me some followers. This is a piece done by Kaypea. She did this absolutely amazing posable plush huggable dragon with all of these like really detailed scales, like hand by hand, printed out by her 3D printer and sewed on. And like, this is such a good idea. The engineering behind it and the thought process behind it is just so smart. And it, at the end, she put like lights, so it's a lightning dragon, like it lights up. And I'm like, there's not a kid in the world that would not love that, where it's just like, oh my god, that's so cool. I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like a very simple toy that could have happened even, you know, like in a fantasy book. It's your little storm dragon that your protagonist can cuddle up with. So this is the piece. I lost a lot of footage painting, and I was really disappointed by that, but the piece turned out good. So here you go, Kay. I hope you really enjoy it. Remember to like and subscribe, all that stuff, and hopefully I will do better next time recording.